everyone. In this video, we are going to cover about market failure when and its type, what it is in economics, common types and causes. What are the main causes of the market failure? We are going to study about that whole. What is market failure? Market failure in economics is a situation defined by the inefficient distribution of goods and services in the free market. In an ideally functioning market, the forces of supply and demand balance each other out, with changes in one side of equation price that maintain the market equilibrium. In the market failure, however, something interferes with the balance. When market fails, the individual initiatives for rational behavior do not lead to rational outcome of a group. In other words, each individual make correct decision for themselves, but those prove to be wrong decision for the group as a whole. Market failure refer to the inefficient allocation of resource that when individual acting in rational interest produce a less than optimal outcome. Market failure can occur in explicit market where goods and services are bought and sold outright, or implicit market such as election or legislative process. It may be possible to correct market failure using prevent market solution, government imposed solution, or more voluntary collective actions. Understanding market failure. A market failure refers to the inefficient distribution of resources that occur when individuals in a group end up worse off than if had not acted in their self-interest. In case of market failure, the overall group incurs too many costs or receive too many benefits. The economic output under market failure deviate from economic usually considered optimal and usually economy efficient. Contrary to what the name of implies, market failure does not describe imperfection just in a market economy. There are market failure in government activity too. One noteworthy example of rent seeking by special interest group. Special interest group can benefit by lowering of small cost, such as thorough tariff, which when each group imposes its cost, the whole group is worse off. On lowering that had taken place. Not every bad outcome from market activity count as a market failure. In addition, while correcting the imbalance underlying a market failure often require government intervention, private market actors may also be able to solve the problem. On the flip side, not all market failures have a potential solution, even with the prudent regulation and extra public awareness. Causes of market failure. There are many types of imbalance that can affect the equilibrium of market. The following list provide an overview of some common causes of market failure. Externalities. Externalities occur when the consumption of goods and services benefit or harms a third party. Pollution resulting the production of certain goods in example of negative externality that count hurt individual communist. The collateral damage caused by negative externality may lead to market failures. Information failure. When there is insufficient information available to certain participants in the market, this can be a source of market failure. If a buyer or seller in a transaction lack access of information on which the price is based, they may be willing to overpay or underchange for a good or services, disrupting the market equilibrium. Market control. When one party has too much control over the market, this can be create imbalance pricing that lead to market failure. In the case of monopoly, oligopoly, a single seller or a small group of sellers can manipulate pricing. On other situation known as monopoly or oligopoly, it is a buyer that have advantage. In either case, distributed prevalence of supply and demand could cause market failure. Public goods are another example of market failure because they defy the tenet of supply and demand that drive of the free market. Public goods service are known executable. Once something like a street is produced, it is accessible to everyone, and the producer can not limit consumption only to paying customers. Public goods are also known as used by one individual does not limit consumption by other. Given these characteristics, the private sector has a little incentive to produce public goods, which lead to market failure. The government usually has to provide these goods and subsidize their production. Solution of market failure. There are many potential solutions for market failure. This can be the form of private market solution, government imposed solution, or voluntary collective accept solution. Solution. Some intense incentives. The solution to market failure may emerge within private market itself. For example, asymmetrical information could be solved intermediaries or rating agencies such as standard or poor, informing market participants about security risk. Underwriter laboratories LLC perform the same task for electronics. Negative externalities such as pollution may be solved with a tort lawsuit with that increase operating cost for polluter. Radio broadcast legally solve non-executable problem by packaging product advertisement with free broadcast. Government imposed solution. When the solution does not come from the market itself, the government can enact legislation and take other measure as a response to the market failure. For example, if businesses hire too few low-skilled workers after a minimum wage increase, the government can create expectation for less skilled worker. Government can impose taxes and subsidies as possible as solution. Subsidies can help encourage that can result in positive externalities. Meanwhile, taxation can help you cut negative behavior. For example, placing a tax on tobacco can increase the cost of consumption there, for making it more expensive for people to smoke. Collectivity action solution. What is the government have a upper hand in developing a legislative tax or regulatory solution? Private collective action can also help the market failure. Private parties can privately agree to limit consumption and enforce among themselves over consumer and producer can band together to form of provide services to be unprovided in a pure market such as utility electric service in rural home or cooperatively held in refrigerated sort of facility for a group of dairy farmers to chill their milk in efficient scale. What are common type of market failure? The type of market failure include negative externalities, monopolies, inefficiencies in production and allocation, information inequality. How can market failure be corrected? The primary means to which market failure can be corrected is through government intervention. There is require government to pass legislation such as antitrust policy and incorporate various price mechanisms such as taxes, subsidies. Is poverty a market failure? Poverty is considered to be a result of market failure. When a recession hits, the poverty rate increases because employees lose their job or lose working hours, which result in no income or less income. Inequality, which is component of market failure, can eventually lead to poverty when wealth is not distributed equally throughout society. This can be reminded with government intervention, such as by taxing the wealthy more, incorporating subsidies for those below the poverty line. The bottom line, market failure refers to the inefficient allocation of resources in free market that occur when individual acting or rational self-interest generate less than optimal economic output. These economic inefficiencies may occur in exploited market where goods serve exchange or in implicit markets such as exchange of favor in legislative process. The cause of underlying market failure include negative externalities, incomplete information, concentrated market power, inefficiencies in production and location inequality. Government interventions such as taxes, subsidies may be effective in solving market failure, while other solutions may emerge with the private market or through collective actions. What is public goods? Yeah, I have to read about this also. A public good has a two characteristics. It is non-executable and non-rebellious. The characteristic make it difficult for market producer to sell the good individual consumer. Non-executable means it costly and impossible one user to exclude from good. Non-revalorous, one person uses good, it does not prevent from other using public goods. Even though new technology typically create positive externality through one third to one half to social benefit of new invention spill over to other. The inventor still receives some private return, but what about the situation of positive externality and is so extensive that private firm could not expect to receive any of the social benefit? This kind of good is called public good. In this article, we will define the characteristic of public good, discuss why these characteristics made it difficult to private to supply public goods. The definition of public good. Economists have a strict definition of public good. It does not necessarily include all good or financed through taxes. To understand the defining characteristics of public good, first consider an ordinary private good, like a price of piece of pizza. The piece of pizza can be bought and sold fairly easy because of its separate and identifiable item. However, public goods are not separate and identifiable in this way. Instead, public goods have a two defining characteristic. They are non-executable and non-regular. The first characteristic that a public good is non-executable means that it is costly and impossible to exclude someone from the food. If Larry buys a private good like a piece of pizza, then he can exclude other like Lorna from eating the pizza. However, if national defense is being provided, then it includes everyone. Everyone, even if they strongly disagree with American defense policies or defense system, national defense still protect you from. You cannot choose to unprotect it. National defense cannot protect everyone else. Is exclude you. Main characteristic of Bollywood that it's non-revolverous means that when one person uses the public good, another can also use it. With the private good like pizza, if Max is eating the pizza, then Mitchell cannot eat also it. A problem or rival and consumption with a public good like national defense. Max consumption of national defense it does not reduce the amount of left or non-revolvers in the area. A number of government services are example of public goods. For instance, it would not be easy to provide fire and police service so that some people in neighborhood would be protected from burning the burglary of their property, while others would not protect it at all. Protecting some necessary means protecting other too. Positive externalities and public goods are closely related concepts. Public goods have positive externalities like police protection or public health funding. All goods and services with positive externalities, however, are public good. Investment in education has been huge positive spillover, but can be provided private money. Companies can invest in new investment like Apple, iPad, React, wrap profit that may be capture all the social benefit. Can market produce public good? Government spending and taxes is one of the way provide public goods, but they are not only way. In some cases, market can produce public good. Think about radio, for example. If non-executable since once the radio signal is broadcast, it is very difficult to stop someone from receiving it. It is so non-regular since one person listening to the signal does not prevent other from listening as well because this feature particularly impossible to charge listen directly or listen. A public good has the two structures non-excludable and non-revolverous. These characteristics make it difficult for market to produce such and good. Now let's read about the understanding antitrust laws. Many countries have broad laws that protect consumer and regulate how companies operate their business. The goal has of these laws to provide an equal playing field on similar business that operate in specific industry while preventing them from gaining too much power over the competition. Simply put, what are the antitrust laws? Antitrust law is referred as the competition law or status developed by the US government to protect consumers from predatory business practice. This ensures that fair competition exists in the open market economy. These laws along the market vigilantly guiding against monopolies, disruption to productive ebb and flow of competition. Antitrust laws are applied to range of questionable business activities, including but not limited to market allocation, but rigging, pricing, fixing, and monopolies will be taken on activities that have against it. If these law didn't exist, consumer would not benefit from different options of competition. Market allocation is a scheme devised by two entities to keep their business activities to specific geographic territories or type of customer. This scheme can be called an original monopoly bid rigging. The illegal practice between two or more parties will collude to choose who the contract is called bid rigging. When making bids, the losing parties will purposely make lower bid or allow the winner to succeed, securing the deal. The practices felony in the US and come with fines and even jail time. Price fixing is occur when the price of the product or service is set by the business intentionally rather than letting market force determine it naturally. Several businesses may come together to fix the price of insurance product. Usually, when most people hear the term antitrust, they think monopolies. Monopolies refer to dominance of industrial sector by one company or by firm cutting the other out. One of the most well-known antitrust cases in recent involved Microsoft, which was found guilty of anti-competitive monopolizing action by forcing on web browser upon computer that has installed a Windows operating system. Regulation must have ensured monopolies are the bond the naturally competitive environment and gain market share simply through business. Below are the few type of monopolistic behavior: exclusive supply agreement, trying the sale of two product, predatory pricing, refuse refusal to deal, mergers and acquisition, horizontal mergers, lateral effect, vertical mergers, potential competition merger, the Big Three antitrust laws, the Sherman Antitrust Act, the Federal Trade Commission Act, Kiloton Antitrust Act, what is responsible or information antitrust measure. The bottom line, these are the things that you have to read about the what what you have read about the antitrust laws. Yeah, already 15 minutes completed. That's it for the video. We will meet in next one. Till then, see you again.